is going on, everyone? So today I will be analyzing Leonardo DiCaprio's next few movies. Yes, Leonardo DiCaprio, one of my all-time favorite actors. And considering he is one of my favorite actors, you guys know that a lot of movies he's in I absolutely love. Inception is my favorite movie of all time. The Wolf of Wall Street is a very good movie. The Departed is a great movie, and The Revenant as well is one of my all-time favorites too. Leonardo DiCaprio has done it countless times, and he's just incredible. So I thought I may as well make this video because he does have a couple movies that are currently in pre-production, so I wanted to talk about a few of those. I'm hoping that all of these movies are really good, but there's a chance that some of these movies won't even be made. Let's start off by talking about the one that I do think will be made, and that is The Ballad of Richard Jewell. In this movie, Jonah Hill plays Richard Jewell, who is a man who was at the 1966 Olympic Games during the terrorist attacks, and he saved many people's lives during those attacks, but eventually the press and media thought that he was actually the terrorist and he had the target on his back for that terrorist attack, when in reality he was innocent. I'm thinking in this film Jonah Hill will be the main character, obviously because the movie is named after him, and Leonardo DiCaprio will be one of the side characters, probably the second main character in the film. So I'm really interested to see how he does as a side character. As we know, in Django Unchained he played not the main character, that was Jamie Foxx, and he did a great job in being not the main character for once in a movie. It's also going to be very interesting to see Jonah Hill in a serious role for once. We never ever see Jonah Hill in a serious role ever, pretty much. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he is in this role. The two have great chemistry. They're both great in The Wolf of Wall Street, so I cannot wait to see this movie. It is directed by Ezra Edelman, who also directed OJ Made in America, that great documentary that won Best Documentary this past year at the Oscars, so I think he'll do great in this feature film. There has been no release date for this movie yet, but if I had to guess, I would say either 2018 or 2019, but we'll see. It always changes, or this movie could also get pushed back a couple times too. The next movie on this list is The Black Hand, and it is slated for 2018, though in my opinion, I'm pretty sure this movie will probably end up getting pushed back. I'm not exactly too familiar with some of these films, so I do have my notes here. And this one is about DiCaprio, who plays Officer Joe Petrosino, who tries to find justice against an Italian-American gang in New York. And also, this movie is an adaptation of the book The Black Hand, so I mean, book to movie adaptations I always think are pretty well done, so I expect this one to be also pretty good. It is a mobster movie, so I can expect DiCaprio to be great in this one too. Look at the movie The Departed. He was amazing as the police officer in that movie who infiltrated the mafia. So I expect this movie to be somewhat similar, just a little bit darker and not as funny. Who knows though? This one is a complete wild card. I'm not even sure if it'll ever be made, maybe in a couple years. Who knows, but I really hope it does because DiCaprio in mobster movies, he is awesome. The Gangs of New York 2 is another one that's really good, made by Martin Scorsese. Now, the most intriguing one on this list is the film The Devil in the White City, and this one will be directed by Martin Scorsese. It's about Leonardo DiCaprio, who plays H.H. Holmes in the film, and he uses the Chicago World Fair to lure his victims, specifically woman, back to his hotel room, and I'm sure he probably ends up killing them there. So this movie seems very enticing and a movie that I actually think I would enjoy because it does seem pretty intense and like a thriller. It is directed by Martin Scorsese, who is easily one of the best directors working today. All his films are absolutely great, and when he works with Leonardo DiCaprio, it is absolute magic, so I expect this movie to be absolutely phenomenal. And like I said earlier, Django Unchained, in that movie, Leonardo DiCaprio played a crazy owner of slaves, and I think in this movie he'll go back to that role, except be even more sadistic in this film because he is actually going to be killing a lot of women, and that's pretty messed up if you ask me. Expect this to be one of Leonardo DiCaprio's best performances ever, and also expect it to be a pretty darn good movie. There are a few other movies out there that have been talked about being made, such as Satori and Conquest with Leonardo DiCaprio starring, and there's another movie called Blood on the Snow, I think that's what it's called. So those movies have been talked about with Leonardo DiCaprio being in those films, but honestly, who knows if those will even be made. In my opinion, they probably won't. There's just a bunch of ideas out there about films trying to be made. There will be a movie, however, starring Leonardo DiCaprio where he plays Sam Phillips, the producer, who launched the careers of musical icons such as Elvis and Johnny Cash Who has any idea what this movie's actually going to be about or who it's going to be directed by? I have absolutely no idea. That's all I know, is that Leonardo DiCaprio will be starring in a movie playing Sam Phillips. That's the only thing I know about it. So that one is definitely the biggest wild card of the whole bunch. The first three I named, though, The Ballad of Jewell, The Black Hand, as well as The Devil in the White City, I think all three of those films will be made and should all come out between now and the year 2020, if I had to guess correctly. And it's pretty great now because Leonardo DiCaprio's performances in movies are actually sporadic and not as common anymore, and he likes to take a lot of time off from acting, so I'm just expecting him to have some incredible performances here within the next couple of years, and expect him to get at least one more Oscar before 2020, in my opinion. It's a shame he was not casted over Tom Cruise to play in this year's mobster film, American Made, but that's okay because Tom Cruise is still pretty alright. So that was my analysis video for the next couple of Leonardo DiCaprio films. Let me know in the comments what films you think will be made, as well as what films you think will be the best of the bunch. In my next video, I'm more than likely going to do a top 10. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be yet, but I will definitely have a top 10. And also, I know for a fact that we will get a Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi trailer next weekend. I'm pretty sure it's going to be April 14th, so that's next Saturday. And I will definitely be doing my first ever trailer reaction because I am excited to see if that movie is going to be good, and I absolutely love Star Wars. It is my favorite universe of all time, so definitely expect me to be doing a trailer reaction for that. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.